Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and this time I talk about a film that's been hated on by a lot of people. There's a lot of people who don't like this film, don't like this installment, and that is Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, which is weird because it was called The Final Friday, but I realized that they took that off wisely enough because you look at that, or the disc itself, there is no Final Friday. They took that off on, at least on the case. Although you can see, Jason Goes to Final Friday is still on there, but anyway, uh, this is the first film that New Line Cinema made on Friday the 13th. Once they finally got it from Paramount, Paramount sold the rights because Part 8, Jason Takes Vancouver, didn't live up to the title. A lot of people were disappointed, and Part 8 is my, even though I can watch as a time waster, is my least favorite of the franchise. Part 8, Jason Takes a Cruise Ship, because, well, look back on my review and you'll know why, but it's a time waster. I can watch it, but Paramount's like, well, we're not getting a lot of the money, and we're still getting bitched at by parents and MPA and stuff. So let's just get rid of it. And so New Line Cinema got it, and this was, they wanted to do, I think, Freddy vs. Jason, but then they needed some films, sort of reintroduce Jason to the audience. And so you have this film, Jason Goes to Hell, and then you had Jason X. Now, this was directed by a guy named Adam Marcus, who, he was only like 22, 23 years old when he directed this film, which is like, wow. And he didn't go on to do too much. I mean, I guess he directed two other films, something called Let Us Know, and then something called Conspiracy with Val Kilmer. Uh, but he didn't go on to do too much, which is too bad because I think he did a pretty good job with this film. And I will say right here, I don't care what flack I get, this is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. I'll say it again, this is my favorite Friday the 13th film. Used to be, sometimes I would go between this and Part 7, The New Blood. But if I had to really be honest, this is my favorite. I think it helps that this was the first one I ever saw. This was the film that got me into the franchise, to be honest. Because this came out in 93, and then I saw it on videotape, the unrated version. So usually back then it took probably a year or so for it to get on. So it'd probably actually be 94. I was about 11 years old then. Ran at the store, watched it, and just bugged me out with the makeup effects. Wow, and everything like that. And I didn't know anything about Jason. And this is one of those things that you should actually go into and, understand without needing to see the previous ones. At least it did for me. And I saw it and I really enjoyed it. And it made me want to look back on this Friday the 13th. And then I discovered, and that's why then Friday the 13th films became one of my favorite horror film franchises. Now, the great thing about this film for me is the reason why a lot of people hate it is it tried to be different. And sometimes, just because it's different doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just how they get it done. Rob Zombie's Halloween movies, yes, they're different. I personally think they suck. Some people don't. That's how it goes. Same difference with this. This also tried to be different, which I think it's good. A lot of people don't. I mean, basically, you might as well call it Friday the 13th meets The Hidden, where Jason Voorhees, they don't really explain how he came back to life from Part 8 with the toxic waste and stuff. But he's in the woods. He's all fucked up looking like that. Like bubbly. The mask is like melded to the skin. Still have Teen Hatter coming back, and I like the look of this actually, Jason. My favorite's still Part 7, but I like the look of Jason. And you find out that the girl there is actually an FBI agent. This is actually a sting operation, and she leads Jason to this firing squad where they blow him to pieces. I'm like, wow, that's a way to open a movie. And the unrated cut to this, man, special effects by KMB. I would say this is the goriest of the franchise. You see the unrated version of this. This is the goriest of the franchise for me. Even gorier than Part 1 or Part 4. I would say this is the goriest one. And yeah, the plot's a little bit ludicrous, but what's fun is that Adam Marcus, the director, and the guy who helped do the screenplay, Dean Lorey, they knew it too because they're very fun commentary with those two. Well, they still liked the film, but they realized they, with all the rules, like even them, it's like, what's up with all these rules? What were they? It's like, then you gotta get the dagger and go counterclockwise and sing Kumbaya. And this film gets a 4.1 IMDb. That's ridiculous in my opinion. This film does not deserve a 4.1. I'm sorry. It's a lot better film than a 4.1. I mean, it's in itself a very entertaining film. Yes. It deals with the hidden type aspect where they're trying to give Jason mythology and there's Jason's heart and you have this coroner and he looks at the heart kind of mesmerized by it and he eats it and then all this stuff happens and he becomes possessed and sort of like a possession movie. But it didn't bother me because I got to see Jason at the beginning and the end. Because when I first saw this, I didn't know anything about Jason, so I think that's why as well. It's all about perception. This film has a lot of fun to it. Like even like one of the corners is actually the writer Dean Lorey, and he's like talking to the about, oh, eat this, eat this. You know what I like to do? I like to take a big old steaming dump right on your fucking mask. And the kill scenes are great. Like that guy gets pressed into the table, and like you see like his face been pushed through, and it goes. um, Big body count. I mean, you have these campers in the woods, which was added later after the film was done, because the audience like we want to see some naked campers, so you get some nudity, and the girl gets thrust in with a fence post and then like ripped in half, like. Um, they're just seen in a diner where one guy gets boiled up in the like what do you call it, uh, like the deep fat fryer, and like the girl owning the diner's like, you son of a bitch, boom, caves her mouth right into her chin. The chin just goes boom right into the fucking mouth. I thought that was like, ooh shit, fuck. uh but I mean the story's like, you have Stephen Williams' character, uh, Creighton Duke. Stephen Williams, I remember as the informant X from the X Files. But Stephen Williams, you look up, the guy's been in a lot of films. Stephen Williams, very capable actor, and he knows Jason's still alive, and Jason, now that he can only use these bodies for a limited time, he needs a relative to be reborn. So you actually have Erin Gray from Buck Rogers and her daughter, Jessica, played by Kara Keegan, and then she has a baby. And that baby's father is our hero, Steven, played by John D. LeMay, who kind of ins and outs with that girl. And John D. LeMay, he was also on the Friday the 13th TV series, which I didn't watch. I still haven't seen. I know about it, about like cursed artifacts and stuff. Has nothing to do with Jason, but they just took the title, which was stupid. But John D. LeMay is also another reason why I really love this film. John D. LeMay as Steven is, well, I would say him and Amy Steele are my two favorite characters. Like, Amy Steele's my favorite heroine, while John D. LeMay is my favorite hero of the whole franchise. I like the Tommy Jarvis character, but I like Steven more because I really felt for him. I thought the actor did an excellent job. You know, he's a guy who's just trying to protect. He actually has a job. It's not just running away. He has a goal to protect the woman he was in love with, his baby, from this killer who wants them. And I thought I liked that aspect. He's going to do whatever he can. And you have these insanely good, very gory makeup effects throughout it. And you feel bad for this character because he gets framed for the death of the mom of the woman he loves, you know, Aaron Gray's character. He gets framed for it. He has to escape. Again, Jason, and when you also have gore where, like, when he leaves a body, the body melts, and you see that, and you actually see a scene where the jaw sticks to the ground and, like, stretches off. Really good makeup effects. Um, like, you have scenes where, you know, breaking arms and the arm go taking two cops and bashing their heads. Boom! Like, just really smorgasbord of excellent makeup effects, and you get some fun action scenes. Like, John D. LeMay is trying to save his woman, and there's this guy played by Stephen Culp who he's kind of a douchebag type of reporter, and he's been possessed, and she's trying to save her, but she thinks that Steven is a bad guy, and he runs the guy over, the Stephen Culp, who's now possessed, runs him over. And one of the things I don't like about the film is Carrie Keegan's character, Jessica. She's gets to be pretty unlikable because it's very obvious that this guy she knew, the Stephen Culp character, he was about ready to kill her, and John D. LeMay saved her ass. So how does he get for things? Beat up by his woman, thrown out. You killed my mom. You think I'm going to let you near our baby? Leaves him out there. I'm like, you bitch. You bitch. Like, the guy was going to kill you and he saved your life and you bitch. But you feel sorry for him because a cop friend of his, played by, what was the guy's name? Kip Marcus, who's related to the director. They have a fun scene where, you know, the cop finds John D. LeMay and it's like, hey, he just punched. And he's like, fuck this. And they both tumble. And then even John D. LeMay's, you alright? And just grabbed, oh, you son of a bitch. Like, they're good fun back and forth. And I know Adam March is kind of influenced by John Woo, so they both pull their guns out. It's like, get in the car. You get in the fucking car. I got a gun. Fuck that. I got a gun. And you have like a fun back and forth. And I enjoy that. It's like, she's at the police station, cuff me. And then while there, he's able to get out the handcuffs, elbow his friend, you know, to get the gun, and shoots the fucking possessed guy, Jason. Boom, boom, like nice, awesome moment, badass moment for John D. LeMay. Blows a shit out of him, including a bullet in the head. And let's see, really well directed action scenes from that, and then the diner where there people are shooting at the possessed Jason. And you get a fun ending where Jason finally gets back and, you know, crushes Stephen Williams' character, just crushes his back. And John D. LeMay once again is a badass. First off, a different possessed guy. He's basically... Sorry, I had a little message. So I can't do that right now. I'll just have to talk to them later because I'm in the middle of something. That's my fault, though. But basically, he's going after... The possessed guy is going after the baby. And John Lee Delaney, you know, a father trying to save his baby, badass, takes the machete, boom, right across the guy's neck and falls down, and like the little parasite thing comes out. I think that's why people got pissed off. Like, Jason's now a parasite? It didn't bother me as much. I mean, it bothered me more seeing Michael Myers fucking cry, or the thorn shit in Halloween 6, or that bothered me more than this. I don't know why. It just because I thought the rest of the film was really good. I thought the cast was good. The hero, John D. LeMay, and also Stephen Williams. I mean, the whole scene where he wants information, and Stephen Williams like, you gotta pay, and it pays with broken fingers. Where it's like, it's very expensive. I have no money. Well, and then Stephen Williams keeps breaking John D. LeMay's fingers for information. It's like a weird scene, but it's like, it was kind of nice to see a scene like that in a Friday 13th. It was very different in a good way, in my opinion. It seemed like it looked better. It was definitely different environments. The acting I thought was good, especially by John D. LeMay, and Kane Hodder was good as Jason. Stephen Williams, just a lot of fun, very entertaining. Um, And then when Jason comes back, he's about ready to get his woman and his baby. He's like, "Do you waver, you motherfucker!" And they both go out the window. He's like, yeah, it was very easy to root for John D. LeMay's character. A nice back and forth fight. I know people were like, well, why doesn't Jason just kill him very quickly? A, I didn't really see the opportunity for him to do that. And B, I figured Jason's pissed. And he wants to fuck up, you know, this guy throughout the whole film has been fucking up his plan repeatedly. He wants to have some fun with John D. LeMay. He wants to fuck him up badly. You know, this is the guy that's been pissing him off the whole movie. That was my intention. I think it works out well. And you have like all this stuff with the magic dagger, and yes, kind of silly. But again, even the director and the writer, they're like, they got kind of silly with all the rules and stuff. But they have some nice homages, like in the Voorhees house. They find like the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead. There's the crate from Creepshow in the basement. At the end, the final shot is Freddy coming up and grabbing Jason's mask. That was a great way to end it. The magic dagger, the woman Carrie Keaton puts into Jason, and he gets dragged to hell. And I thought, to be honest, I thought him going to hell worked a lot better than how Freddy did in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I don't mind Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I don't mind the ending, but just the, okay, I'm gonna boom, and he explodes in that shitty 3D effect with the three demons. That to me was a little weirder to say talked than the one demon from Jason in this film. And he went to hell, I thought, in a big, old-fashioned way, pulled down under. I just really have a lot of fun with this film. Other than Carrie Keegan, because even like when Jason comes back for one last and tries to drag Steven, John D. LeMay's character, and Carrie Keegan's like sit there for a full 30 seconds, like, bitch, get off your ass and help your boy. Help your fucking guy. He saved your ass like 50 times, fucking bitch. Then finally does it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Carrie Keegan, I think they just gave her stupid stuff to do. In this sense, I don't really blame her. It's just they gave her character stupid things to do. But I like John D. LeMay. I love the score. Like, I know my friend Effrey hates the score. I love the score to this film. I think it's one of my favorite scores of the Friday 13th by Harry Manfredini. I love the opening. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. I know he doesn't like it because it's like too big, but I thought it was a lot better than the score in Jason X. And I liked that it was big because I liked the way it sounded, and this was supposed to be the final one. So it was this glorious, this is the final one. Da, 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 da. It was an event. And I don't know, I just thought it sounds good, and I liked the score. I really love the score. I love the special makeup effects by KMB. I think they were excellent. Um, lot of kills, so this has a pretty good body count. Ken Hatter, yes, he's Jason in the beginning and the ending, but when he's there, he looks good. I think Tiana plays him well. And I just really was entertained by the movie itself. I was entertained. I liked the cast. I loved the John D. LeMay and his performance. Really, a character I was really easy to root for. Because it's a father trying to get his woman and his baby safe. That appealed to me a lot more than shit, I just gotta run away. I think that's why. And I thought the actor did a really good job. And I thought the film moved at a very fast pace. I mean, the unrated version is like 91 minutes long, so it's not that long of a movie. Uh, it just had a very fun pace, had some good action sequences. In the diner scene when uh, all hell's going loose, the ending. I just found it a very entertaining film, and okay, they would try to do something different, and in my opinion, they succeeded in having a very entertaining fashion. And I know Sean S. Cunningham doesn't like this film at all, saying that Adam Marcus did a bad job. He didn't make a good film. Well, Sean Cunningham, fuck you. Okay? I like Deep Star 6, but I can say this is a lot better than Deep Star 6. Although I like Deep Star 6, this is better, so fuck you. It's a hell lot better. Part 8 I can watch this time. This is a hell lot better than Part 8. I'm sorry. You had Jason in the whole of Part 8. And this is better. So, I'm sorry. I love Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday, the special effects, the makeup effects, the cast. The story was different, had different environments, different settings, and overall, very, very solid film. I love it. It'll always be my favorite just for the story. I thought it was an interesting story, to be honest. I liked that it went different directions. This proves that you do something different and it can be, I think, fun. Awesome makeup effects, and a really great job by the lead, John D. LeMay. Very likable character. And overall, I think Adam Marcus, for his first film, and he was like 22, 23 years old, I think he did a good job with the direction, in my opinion. Yes, you have a handful of mistakes, but, oh well. With all the rules of, okay, how come this Voorhees clan, like, the Aaron Gray and her daughter, how come this is the first time we've heard of them? Um, really, we've never heard before that Jason was, this parasite that, okay. But it's a fun movie. It's an entertaining film. Just a lot of fun. And I'm sticking to it. So either way, thanks for watching. Take care. My favorite of the franchise. Excellent commentary by Adam Marcus and Dean Lorey. Just a lot of fun. They laugh at, God, did we really, man, we didn't really, this is pretty damn gory, and they know that the script was, all these rules, and they know what they made. It's a lot of fun to listen to. All I wish is that there was actual making of, like, documentary on the film. But other than that, great DVD, awesome commentary. And the unrated version definitely kicks a lot more ass than the R-rated version. But either way, awesome flick for me. Love Jason Goes to Hell. So thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you later. And yes, for those wondering, yes, I did say it is my favorite Friday the 13th film. It's the first one I saw, and it'll always be my favorite. You want to know why? Just turn this back to the beginning and watch all over again. So thanks for watching and take care. Later.